Welcome to Garden House Studio and our second ornament video of 2025. In today's video, I am going to be using the Bibelots 2 from IOD Mould, and it has 5 different shapes, and we are going to be using resin. I'm going to make probably 4 of those all in the first casting. So I'm going to fill this container, so I'm using half of A and then half of B. And what I find with resin, I have never had any trouble with it, is you have to follow the directions exactly. Half of one, half of another. Stir really well. It's yellowish when you first pour them together, and then it gets real cloudy, and just keep stirring until it's clear. Once it's clear, it's ready for you to pour. And the greatest thing about the molds this year is that they have the little space at the top, the little keyhole where you can put a really nice ribbon through. So I want to make sure that those keyholes are really strong. So I'm going to make sure that I get the resin in them, even if it means dripping them in one drop at a time. So these are going to set up pretty quickly because they're deep, and the more resin that you use, the quicker that it sets up. So except for right around the top, so you're going to have to wait for those little keyholes because those are pretty thin. And I'm pushing it into all the corners and all the little crevices because I want to make sure that I have a good casting. It turned out I didn't have quite enough to do that smaller heart, so I pop it out and later on I pop it back in and I actually pour more resin, and then I pour a second casting of the big heart. So I end up with 6 castings to do the decoupage on. So they pop out super easy, and I am getting them out when they're still a little bit soft, not super hard. And you see I pop that one back in. I'm going to recast it with more resin on top. And I want to paint them right away. So I'm painting them with just a chalk paint, and I'm using a color that I'm using on all of my ornaments, which is kind of like a sea foam blue. And that's my first coat of paint. Now the next step, I am measuring my decoupage pieces. All of these, I printed these on some rice paper. It's actually kind of an imitation rice paper, and they are Bible clip art that I got from Creative Market. And I want to make sure that they're going to fit around each one of the ornaments. So I pick out the one that works best with each size because some of the shapes are a little bit different. Sometimes it takes a while to get a writing implement that actually works at the studio. Easy to find paint brushes, glue, resin, but a writing instrument that actually writes, sometimes difficult. So I'm cutting them rather than ripping them because they're going to go around the back a little bit anyway. So, and there you have it. Next one. And these are all Bible based. I'm calling it the Reason for the Season series. And this is the second coat of paint. I'm painting white because I want to be able to put that small decoupage piece right over there, and I want it to be as clear as possible. I painted each one white, and then once I decided what I was going to put on each one, I changed the color of the paint just to make sure that it kind of enhanced the little decoupage piece rather than competing against it. So some of them you'll notice later on will be a different color, but I always want white where I'm going to put the little decoupage piece, just so that it's as clear as possible. And after painting that one gray linen and then deciding what I was going to put on it, I decided that I wanted some more of the sea glass blue. So I'm just going to paint that along the edges. And when I did recast this, the part where I'm going to decoupage on is not super fast and not super flat, but it worked out fine. And it was a good experience to know that if it doesn't cast perfectly, I can put it back in the mold and pour more resin over it till I get it how I need it to be, as flat as possible on the back. And then I'm going to paint all the rest of the ornaments white also, just where the decoupage is going to be. And here's our finished one. Now, before I printed the decoupage little clip art, I made sure they were going to fit inside the heart shapes and inside the circle shape, the round shape, and also that kind of diamond shape, because they're kind of small, that little shape. And then I put decoupage medium on that heart, and then I'm going to pop it right into that little frame. And for this application, what I did is I actually put decoupage medium on the substrate and on the back of the little piece that I was adhering. And what it does, it makes it a little easier for me to move it around as I'm trying to fit it into that exact spot. Sometimes when you pull something up after you've just put the decoupage medium on the substrate, you pull so much of the medium off that when you put it back down, there's places without medium. So this is the solution for that, is to put decoupage medium on the back of your paper and on the substrate. And then I just go ahead and I am going to make sure all the edges are down, and I am going to put the top coat, the sealer, on each piece and let that dry. And for this piece that's going on the bell that's painted in a gray linen, I am only putting the decoupage medium on the back of the piece, just because I probably couldn't have gotten the shape just right. Although afterwards I realized I went ahead and I put a top coat on the whole piece, and I could have just done that. But it worked out just fine. I didn't have to move that one at all. And there goes the top coat on the whole thing. And that just seals the paper. Um, just a cute, quick caveat. This paper I printed right on a just a little inkjet printer. In fact, it's one with the where you pour the ink in. You have the refillable ink little containers, and I have no bleeding whatsoever. I did not go ahead and seal them before. I'm just using them how they are. There's no bleeding, so it worked out just perfect. I did use a paper, which I will put a link to the paper that I used. And this one was a little tricky, trying to get like an oval design to work on a circle. And it worked in the end. And of course, seal each one as it's done. And here's another opportunity where I'm got kind of a round design, and I'm going to try to make it look perfect on a diamond. So we end up using some great enhancements after this that covers up all of that, just little inconsistencies. And I am using Pentart glue and varnish. I'm just going around pushing the edges down. The edges are the most important on these. And one last little one to go. And again, for this one, I put the decoupage medium on both the substrate and on the paper. Although I don't think I have to move it too much because there's really nowhere for it to go. There's just a small space for it. I really like both of those heart ornaments because of how the edges are, all that extra detail. And making sure I have a sealer top coat on each one. Here's a sneak peek of how they look. And now for my favorite part, which is the embellishing. And I am using the Pentart, the antique paste, and I'm using it in brass and a little bit in antique gold. And just finishing by going around the edges. to kind of frame in each little ornament. And it makes such a difference, just that little bit of detail. I'm using my hand, I'm using my finger. Um, Sometimes I wear gloves and do it, but I find it goes much quicker if I just use my finger and put it on all around. And I'm just using my forefinger to do it. And putting it wherever I want it. It just gives it a little bit more of a vintage look. And a little more glimmer. And later on, I get some really nice ribbon. But before I got the ribbon, I had these hangers and I used them to hang the ornaments up to dry. You don't need very much. Each time I dip my finger back in, I'm getting the tiniest little bit. Takes a little while to dry, but it dries really nicely. And I didn't film when I painted the tops of those, and I used Wise Owl um, heavy metals in bronze. And there's the 5 ornaments. And after that was all dried, I painted the back. And again, I'm using the Wise Owl um, bronze paint, heavy metals. It's nice to finish the back. And I decided I was going to put a scripture on the back. So once I had them all painted, I printed out the scripture, and I literally printed it out on the same faux rice paper, and I just decoupaged it to the back. Easy peasy. And of course, I want to make the um, back look a little bit vintage too. So this time I'm using a brush and I'm just going around the edges, and I'm actually using that same antique paste, and I'm kind of just smudging it all around the edges to kind of look like old paper. And that will finish off our ornament. And once I had all of the scriptures, just a little antiqued around the edge, I cut my ribbon. Now this is I think it's like 3/8 of an inch. It's really, really nice. It's velvet ribbon, and I found it at Michael's, and I was super happy. It's like a cocoa brown, and I just tied off all my ornaments with this um, velvet ribbon, and I just think it added so much to the antique charm of the ornaments. I will probably end up giving some of these as gifts, and also maybe using some of them on top of packages. I just love the way they came out. There you have it.